Afro Fish OG.
What is good, everyone? It is February 24th. I saw you kind of vibing there for a little bit.
That was amazing. I was like, wait a minute. What is going on? This intro is wild. I was like, gonna message. I'm like, I'm live right now.
Dude, my friend made the music. All thanks to him. Shout out to Kookie Yang for making the music. He makes my intro, my outro, and he's working on another one too. And then I was like, I did this at like 1 a.m. I was like, I hope this looks good.
Well, it was banging. The music was dope. The clips were awesome. I kept thinking you came back up and I saw the guest, and I'm like, oh no, that's not me. I thought you had a co-host for a while. Like when the first clip came up, I thought we were gonna have a co-host. I was like, whoa.
We did for a bit.
All right.
We did for a bit.
Yeah.
Just time constraints and stuff like that. He lives all the way. He lives in Canada, so like he's an hour ahead of me, and it was always kind of difficult. But I'm this is usually I got something witty, but I actually like this intro a lot better. So but today is a really special day, everyone. Like I said, it is the 24th of February. It is towards the end of Black History Month for everybody else, for everybody who don't know. And if you don't know, start knowing. Because right after this one, we got Women's History Month, so I can't wait for those people. Today we got
I am gonna gripe real quick. Why did they make Black History Month like the shortest month though? 28 days?
I don't know. They're like, well, sometimes we get 29 every 4.
That feels intentional. We got to change that.
Oh, it's definitely intentional. But like,
it's like the coldest month and the shortest month.
Oh yeah, no, it's like right in the moment of everyone's like, dude, I'm sick of this. So I think it was on purpose. Like it was.
I need Black History Month to be in July. Like it's a long, warm month. Everybody's off school. The 4th of July. All kinds of stuff to celebrate.
No, I like that a lot better. I love that a lot better. But today for everyone, I got my guest today. I'm just gonna call Juan, right? Just to make sure.
Yes, Juan.
Alter Ego Creative Studio. I had to sit there and like rehearse that just to make sure.
No, man, you're fine.
This motherfucker got such a long username. Like
I got a long username and I have multiple pages. Like depending on where you find me on the internet, I have a couple's journey that I have with my wife. So that's a social page that we travel so much that we created that page. We have the main page, which is Con Culture Podcast, which is blowing up like crazy. We have over 225,000 subscribers / followers on that one. Yeah, we got over 150 million views. Like that one's the page that blew up and why I started Alter Ego Creative Studios. That was just to teach and share people that this thing is real.
And I love that though too. Like I love the fact of like being able to, obviously you had so much success, right? And being able to teach that to other people too, because like at the end of the day, when it comes to content creating is not like a one size fit all kind of journey for a lot of people. But I would say there's a lot of misconceptions of it. So for the people who might not know much about you, I mean, I'd like to give a little more about what you all about.
Yeah, 100%. So like I said, I'm Juan. I started with Con Culture Podcast, was my first venture into creating something. And it was a podcast I did where I just talked about pop culture, talked about Comic Cons and cosplay. And it was just me and 2 other friends that I just wanted to nerd out with and chat with. And we were always laughing and have a good time. And it was at the time Gary Vee was talking about start a podcast. Like you need to start a podcast. It was
everybody says that too. They're like, bro, I had so many people who were like, we need to start a podcast because we would be so good if we talk. And I'm like, bro, I don't even like you.
Yeah, no, that's so true. Everybody wants a podcast and they get one and they figure out how much work it is. And then it's like, pass. But yeah, no, we did that 8 years. I think it's 8 years ago now that I started that podcast. And for the first 5-6 years, it was kind of just a fun thing I did with friends. I had everybody I knew on as guests because we were all a big cosplay community, and it was
That's
a lot of
awesome.
fun, but it didn't really break through until I took content serious. About 2024, I was like, look, this either needs to become a thing or I need to stop doing it, because it was kind of exhausting keeping it as a side hustle. Just that I needed it to become more, and I needed to
Right.
commit to it. So I had to check myself and changed everything when I really studied short form.
Is that why you never invited me out, motherfucker? I told you I would. I'll have you on. I'll have you on the next one if you got time.
The Husky Hokage in chat just coming in. Yeah, no. I think that's exactly why he didn't have you on. I'm vouching for you though. You can come on our podcast.
I did not say that.
Like, yeah. So once I started, it really was with Jenny Hoyos. Back to where like I had to shit on the pod or get off. Can we curse on this podcast?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I had to shit or get off the pot, and Jenny Hoyos said this thing: I can make anything go viral, and I was like anything. I think she's 16 years old, but she's already made $1 million from short form. So I'm like, all right, there's something to this. So the more I listen and learn, I was like, if it really is a formula, then I gotta find it. And I started listening to podcasts from all the best creators. Like Mr. Beast is like, if you take my money, my fame, everything from me, and you just left me the knowledge I have about YouTube, I would get back to where I was even faster than before. So I was like, yo, the same thing kept coming up. Like with all the creators I would watch and listen to, they're like, if you figure out how it works, it's a formula. Anybody can do this.
That's fair. No, and I believe that's true. Like, I've known so many people who have been trying to, they want to get into streaming or they want to get into content, something along those lines. And it's like, because they have an idea, they have an idea of what I want to do. And it comes down to, you have to get serious. You have to sit there and think about what you actually want to do. Like there's multiple different variations, like you mentioned, making it a side hustle. There's people who do it for a hobby. Some people just have that hobby side to them, which I think is cool. I think it's cool.
And like, very healthy.
Oh yeah, it lets people lets you get your creativity out and just go and enjoy. But I think a lot of people are that hobby side. There are the hobby side, but they want to be the creative side. They want that money. They want that because they see the shit that comes in. They see the money that other people are making off of it. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's wild. It's crazier than y'all even know when you start making it. When you start making that money, it is. I had a $22,000 month in October.
Holy shit.
$22,000. But I might even pass that as early as March. I might have a bigger month than $22,000 in March.
That's amazing.
Like, not bragging, not blowing smoke. It's just that when you get steam in content and you figure out how it works, the entertainment money that's thrown at you, since everybody is after attention, like that's the name of the game. Everybody wants the attention of the audience. So if you figure out how to aggregate attention consistently, brands will start coming after you. Like, hey, we'd love to work with you. We see you, you have a great community. You have a great XYZ, whatever it is. Really what they want is the attention, and you can put a dang good price on it, man. Entertainment money is ridiculous. The actors make crazy money for a reason, because they can aggregate attention. Ultimately, you put their name on the movie, people are going to go see it. So, but it's interesting to think about too. No, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's crazy, but it is, because it's insane upside. It's also an insane amount of hard work.
That's true too. I mean, at the end of the day, you become your own business. You know what I mean?
1000%.
I mean, you become like you become your own boss. You're also your own employer. Your employee. Excuse me. You do everything.
Your own marketing department. You're your own bookkeeping. You're your own records. You're all of it.
It's hard. Like, I mean, I know myself. Like I've struggled with it, and I'll be the first to admit there was a couple times there was people that I was supposed to do podcasts with. One that I ended up skipping because I got so busy with life. I got let go from my job shortly, and I was supposed to have a podcast that day, and I was like, I'm trying, but like I got so much life going on. You know, it's not an easy venture to keep track of everything, especially because a lot of it's thrusted upon you, but you did it to yourself.
Yeah. It's you ask for it, then the success comes and you're like, holy I had no idea this is what success was. And if everybody keeps listening to the live, I'm going to throughout this podcast, I'm going to break down exactly how I did it. I will give you the formula if that's what you're here for. I know we're usually talking nerdy, but today we're going to give you the sauce on how to do this. If you really want to go viral, we're going to talk about that and break down the nitty gritty. But yeah, you're your own boss. It's extremely difficult. And the stress, like you were talking about, you don't get an off day. When you're at work, you can be like, somebody will cover it. I'm calling in. I'm using PTO. Funny story. I'm full-time doing this now, but not on purpose. Like I was supposed to hold on for another year and continue working, but I ran out of PTO. I had so much opportunity. A brand was like, hey, we need you at this con in November. Are you available? We'll pay you X amount of dollars. I think it was like $3,000 to go.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And my boss is like, you're out of PTO. Like you have no more to take. You really got to consider, is this still your job or is that your job? And yeah, no, I had to make the decision to jump. I wasn't ready. There was still things I wanted to do. I really wanted a safety net. I wanted to be able to hire a member on my team as a full-time employee before I went full-time myself. But greatness is thrust upon you and you can't pass up those opportunities when they come. And the TikTok Awards was also something I was invited to right at that time.
Wow.
So yeah, it was awesome experience, but also it was humbling because I'm here with like the biggest creators in the world who are killing it. And like Keith Lee won Creator of the Year on the TikTok Awards, well-deserved. And just talking to them, man, just talking to these creators, hearing what they were making, I was like, there's so much opportunity. I have to make the jump. And I did. I elected to make the jump. And it's not going where you think it's going because the very first month, TikTok paid us the lowest amount they've ever paid us. Mind you, TikTok was our only revenue source. We hadn't been monetized on Meta yet, and we hadn't been monetized on YouTube. So the first month I make the plunge, I quit my job, no more checks. TikTok also stopped the checks. It was just super small for some reason. And the next month, they banned us from the program. Now we have no money coming in, no chance of money coming in. TikTok has banned us from the program accidentally. It was like a mistake, but they couldn't get it fixed in time. So for like 3 months almost, we had no income. The first 3 months of me being without a job.
Right. Yeah. Like that's scary as fuck, dude.
Terrifying. I have a mortgage. I have kids. I have all the adult responsibilities that you can think of, car payments, all of that. And
no, that's fair. Cause I was out for a week and I'm thinking to myself, like, how am I going to get this money? Like, pay the money, pay my rent. I got a kid on the way, all that other kind of stuff. Like I'm worried. Like I'm worried beyond worried. So like, I could only imagine what 3 months would have to be like.
Yeah, it was a gut punch, man. And it took all the rainy day funds that I had enough time to put aside just to stay afloat. And luckily they got it resolved in January. In January, we got paid out $10,000. So it was like, okay, I can breathe, but I have a bunch of backlog now I need to cover and make up and try to rebuild some rainy day funds. But right now, currently, it's back to being ridiculous again. We have just secured a brand deal for over 10,000 for the next couple months. We have TikTok. Actually, TikTok is turned off again. We've been banned like 4 times since December. And it's just a mod glitch. I get it. Okay. Like they're trying to moderate bots and they keep thinking we're making unoriginal content. However, the only content we upload is us originally interviewing people at cons. That's it. We don't put like any music over it. No.
I got hit with that because they said unoriginal content, and I was like, I was just doing a live that I always do, and all of a sudden I got restricted. So I'm glad to know that was a glitch.
Yeah, and not one that's fixed because I'm currently out of the creator program. But luckily, I'm very fortunate to have a representative with TikTok. Like we got enough success at TikTok, assigned us a rep. So there's an individual who will look into that for us, get it resolved, get us back in. And YouTube also popped off for us. We got partnered on YouTube thanks to live streaming. And
wow.
Yeah, we brought a team member in, Clocky Chan. We brought her into the podcast because I wanted to do gaming, but I just didn't have enough time while trying to build and get to all these conventions and travel. I didn't have the time to commit to putting in the hours. Because when you stream, you have to, you have to consistently be there. You have to show up when you say you're going to show up. You have to put on the performance for hours on end. You have to engage with the chat as people come in. You have to build those relationships. So I wanted a creator that was proven, that had been doing it, that could make their own clips, that can do their own stuff. And I was a fan of a streamer, Clocky Chan, and I just went out on a limb and was like, hey, would you want to be a member of our team and stream for us, but also get these other cool opportunities to like go to conventions and possible brand deals and stuff? And she fortunately said yes. Man, she got us to partner in 3 months. I think it was 3 months. She got 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, she was live streaming 3 to 4 times a week, putting in that work. And we already had built the audience. I couldn't consistently be streaming, so we didn't have a place to aggregate that attention. But she brought all her audience over and gained us new audience. And now I'm streaming every Wednesday. I finally committed to it. We've created the space. So she streams on Tuesday, I stream on Wednesday. And yeah, we're YouTube partner, man. And right after we got partner, we got a partner push. We've got 6,000 subs in the past 6 days. That's what I mean. When this thing hits, like when your content clicks and the algorithms pick it up and they do what they do, it can get ridiculous real fast.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can only imagine. Like I haven't hit any of that blow up stage. I mean, even my version of blow up was I ended up like I had 73 viewers one time. It wasn't much, but I had 73 viewers at just watching me play Grand Blue. And I loved it. I love the fact of just watching and entertaining people. I love that shit. I have fun with it myself. And I think that's one of the big things when it comes to it. You have to have a love of just having fun and being able to show it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
it's almost like giving permission too, because like you're having fun and people are having fun through watching you. You're giving permission that even with everything crazy that's going on in the world, you can still stop and enjoy life. Like
no, exactly. It's fun because like when you are engaged, they're going to be engaged, and that's why I tell people like I've had not much, but I've had a couple people who were like, hey, why don't you can you check out my stuff? And I'm like, sure. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
you're not saying anything.
Fucking boring. like I'm sitting there and I hit like hey, what's up? I'm glad I'm back. And then it's just pause. And I'm like, that's riveting.
Yeah.
Like your gameplay is boring.
Yeah.
You're not interacting. Like I don't know what to tell you.
I got so many tips, but I don't even know if you'll take them. That's
yeah, exactly. And unfortunately he doesn't really say much to me anymore. So I think he kind of upset him in that one. But it's the truth.
It's the honest truth. And you want people to tell you that. If your stream sucks, you want people to tell you it sucks. Like there's so many things you could fix. The cool thing is, and what people get caught up on is when they get told their content sucks or they don't get any views on it or it's not performing when they clip it. The cool thing about that is you can fix the shit. You can figure out what you're not doing right and you can change it. It's not you that sucks. It's the content that sucks. It's the output. All things you can change and tweak though. Like my content, nobody really watched it. And then I figured out the formula. It's 900,000 views. The very next video with the same formula, 7 million views. The very next video with the same formula, 2 million views. And it's been going every weekend. At least we do 4 to 6 million views a month for over a year and a half now. It still works. We know how to give views. Started new pages. The page I started with my wife. We've done 1 million views on short form over there. using a twist on that formula and just using viral trends that we know work. And not trends like, oh, I'm going to do this dance, but like knowing why people click and watch a video. Like when a video comes across your feed, there's a reason why you stop and watch it. Either something visually caught your attention, the verbal hook you read caught your attention, or usually it's a combination of all. Visual hook, audio hook. If you notice, a lot of the best videos you see, there's a sound at the beginning that sucks you in, or they start from the middle of the story. They're already talking about the story and you're like, what the heck's going on? I just swiped into this video, but now I'm intrigued. And like 3 seconds in, you're hooked. And if they got you for 3 seconds, they usually got you for the rest of the time.
That's fair. And I looked, the first one I thought of on the top of my head actually is the Escape podcast, I think it is. Those the 2-3 dudes that just kind of sit there and talk anime. And I'm like, because like, do I agree with their takes? Most of the time, no. But that's the point, is because of their takes are so wild that they're like, okay, it's fine. You know, and it's not the over the top attitude all the time. It's just the, like I said, one of them where it didn't really blow up, but I just said, I was like, yeah, dude, I think soccer could beat Sukuna.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I think soccer could beat Sukuna.
Anytime you take a stance, wild or otherwise, there are going to be people that disagree with you. And you could take that to the extreme. I'm sure we've all seen creators that say wild shit just to get the response, the views, the clout. We took a totally different approach. We were like, yes, you could be controversial to get views. And I've had this discussion with my brother because we started another channel, a wrestling one, 3 Count Crew, and he's done 500,000 views on that. I showed him how to do it. He took the formula and just ran with it, and he's crushing it. But he likes, not that he likes, but he gives controversial takes and he don't give a shit. He just says it and he's like, that's what I feel, that's what I think. I don't give we wanted to be less controversial. That's not in my nature. I'm fine with conflict. I can get into conflict if I need to. I can handle myself. Where I came from, you had no choice. You had to handle your business.
That's fair.
So I, however, wanted to create a positive. I wanted to essentially be like Gary Vee. I wanted to show that you could be kind, you could be nice, and that content can get millions of views. So we did that. We interviewed cosplayers about their cosplay, what they were mistaken for, and it's a fun series. The cosplayer gets all the spotlight of all those views and follows, and nobody's laughing at their expense. We're laughing at the mix-up, at the situation. And we started other series, like what part of the cosplay broke you? Because inevitably when you're making a cosplay, there was a part you wanted to throw it out the window because something just wasn't working. And those series got millions of views. And then we asked them why you cosplay. Those got millions of views. It got so popular, man. People started taking the question, what's your cosplay and what have you been mistaken for? Other creators start using it. And I was totally cool with it. I knew the formula and I knew what they had to do to get those views, and they weren't really hitting it right. So it wasn't having the same effect. Not only that, the goal was always to spotlight the community, not me. So if other people are taking it and genuinely spotlighting the community, crediting the cosplayers, then I'm all for it, man. Everybody can take it. Y'all need to stop thinking that there's a limited amount of views, and if they're killing it over there on the anime space, there's no room for you. Dude, there's room for everybody in the nerd space. There's so many billions of fans and viewers. Like, the Avengers wouldn't be doing billions of dollars if there weren't billions of people willing to watch these movies.
No, so true. And I think that's, you know, when it comes to the short form, like any of the short form content, right? It is hard, especially with, you know, people do have very limited attention spans.
Yep.
And I've noticed that there definitely is times when people will start to feed on the negative. So I'm glad to hear that you were doing the opposite way, because that's the reason why I did this.
Yeah,
was to give that the positive side of where to come from and like why. Because I see it where people start to delve into the negative and they get more jokes and they get more, you know, or not jokes, but they get more viewers and they get more viewers and they get more viewers, and then it's just like, but you sacrifice a bit of yourself, because being negative constantly is exhausting.
It is. Not only is it exhausting, like, you got to meet these people IRL. Like, when you interact with fans, what are they a fan of you for? Toxic,
because you just say weird
negative shit. Yeah, you start, like, that was the crazy thing, is when people started recognizing us in public And it was in San Francisco when someone came up to us and was crying meeting us. They were like, "Oh my God, I love your videos. They are amazing. What you do is amazing." Like, I would much rather hear that than like, your take on so and so is bullshit. And man, I love your content, but you're fucking wrong on that. And then have to get into a debate with whoever the fuck just met you. I've seen those creators. Like I said, I've been to the places where those creators are at, and they don't look as happy in person, man. Like, they have to keep churning that machine. I wanted to set up something that if it blew up, I could do it forever because A, it was genuinely me, and B, it's not toxic. It feeds, it gives me energy as opposed to takes away and drains me. Like we did a live at Fan Expo Vancouver recently, and it was our first time doing live, showing what we do, showing people that it's not like staged. We genuinely walk up to strangers and ask them questions. And it was a blast, man. We had a voice actor's wife actually tune into the live, and she was like, "Hey, my husband's there doing signings." And we were like, "Oh, awesome. Who's your husband? We'll go try and find him and say hello." She was like, "Oh, it's Sunny Straight." Yeah, that was my look too. So Sunny Straight, we go over, we find him on the live, and his wife wants to say hi. So we have his wife on the live. We're in Sunny's line. We get to meet Sunny, his amazing daughter, and just say hi for him to his wife. He's the nicest, sweetest dude. Like the voice of Krillin, voice of Usopp. Like, he's done so many great voice acting gigs. And he wants to give us, I told him, we're going to give one of your prints away. If you could sign it, I'll give it away to the live. Well, he's like, "Well, if you're going to give it away, I won't charge you for it." I was like, no. We're here to support artists. That's what we do. That's what we're all about.
Right.
So I will pay full price, no discount. And he was like, "All right, I'll give you a free print drawing then." So he drew on the print, signed his name. We gave it away to a fan in the live. And that's the energy, man. That is addicting. I was so hyped for the next hour because I can
imagine you being there because it's amazing. Like, I mean, and the thing is that like that kind of stuff it comes out of nowhere, so it hits even harder. Yeah. I had a live. I do my talk lives, where we just discuss stuff in the gaming space and stuff like that go on. I love doing that wholeheartedly. And the voice actor for Jeff the Shark came in.
Yo. You never know who's watching your stuff. No, you never know who's watching your content.
And so I was just like, "Hey, what's good?" He's like, "Oh, he's just waiting for his car." Like, and so it just happened to pop up. And that shit makes you feel good. Like it does. Yes. Like, and I think that makes, it makes the audience feel good. Like it shows that you were genuine. And because of that, authenticity is more important than anything. Like when I finally got my job after a week, like I got my job in like 3 hours. It was really quick. Nice. Yeah, like I just happened to be on the live, and one of my friends who I used to work with was just like, "Hey, I have a job. I have a job opening at my one of the sister places that I work at. Yeah, it's day shift. It pays more than the other one." And I was just like, "Okay, what do I need to do?" So I happened to I got the job in like 3 hours.
That is crazy, but that's how it works.
Yeah,
and so your content is your business card nowadays. 100%. Your content is your business card. We got invited to Colossal Con, all of the Colossal Cons throughout the US, because the marketing person was in bed watching our stuff and was like, "They're positive, they're hilarious, they have tons of audience, and I want them at my show." So he hits me up.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I live about 2 hours away from the one in Wisconsin.
Hey, where were you last year? We were there.
We were there. Dude, I was did I go to the one last year? Yes, I did go to the one last year.
No. I'm lying. The year before.
Oh, year before.
The year before.
Did I go?
Yeah, at the Kalahari. We were there.
At the Kalahari.
We had the cheese curds at, I forgot the name
of
the
restaurant.
I think I
did. Yeah, I went either last year or last 2 years. I can't fully remember, but I went the last 2 years.
You might have seen us then.
I probably did.
Tons of videos. And we got tons of cosplayers. But yeah, no, the guy in charge loved our content and DM'd us and was like, "Hey, I need you at my show in Texas." After we showed up to the Texas one and showed out, got millions of views, interacted with the audience there, just elevated the space and the positivity in the space. He was like, I any show of ours you want to go to, you're done. You're there. Your whole team,
That's
all six
awesome.
of you can get in. And yeah, it snowballed, man. Now we've been to San Diego, we've been to New York, we've been to Dragon Con, like you name the con, we've probably been there to all the biggest ones. And just this year, we started going international. So Vancouver was our first one. Yeah, it's wild, man.
Oh,
Vancouver was
that's
our first
amazing.
one, and we're looking at Japan, New Zealand. Uh, Somebody on the chat wanted us to go to Sweden, so Norfolk, London.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
we're gonna be everywhere, man.
That's gonna be amazing. That's a fucking ride right there. But it's
Yeah.
also like you mentioned that hard work pays off. So the hard work pays off as long as you're willing to do it. And I like using the term bank on yourself.
Yes.
More is importantly before anything else, you need to be able to bank on yourself. And you need to bank on yourself 100%, because if you let that 1% slip, that 1% will keep in your mind the entire time.
Yeah.
You got to get a little bit crazy with it.
I didn't have success until I put myself first, which sounds weird, but all the time I was doing my podcast for that first 5 years or so, I was worried about everybody else getting, everybody else making sure everybody's happy, everybody's good. And we had conflict within the podcast. So people left, people came, and there was all kinds of issues. It wasn't until like, you know what? I'm going to run this fucking football down the line. I'm going to make sure I'm good. I'm going to make sure I'm paid. I'm going to make sure I eat first. That allows me to grow it faster to then really take care of my team. Like I'm not going to be satisfied until my entire team is full-time making stupid money just doing content. So I did. I committed to it. I got courses to train myself on what makes a viral video, how to edit, like all of the courses I could get my hands on. I then gave it to my team for free. I was like, here is exactly what I'm learning and how I'm doing this. Use it for your own content, and hopefully you guys can get exactly where I am and blow up. But you have to put yourself first, because if you're drained, you're not going to show up to stream very enthusiastic. If you're gassed, you're not going to be fun to watch, man, because people can tell when you're having fun and when you're just bullshitting. You're just there playing the game, saying the stuff. Oh, hey, chat. No, people can tell. Even if you smile and like, yeah, it's in the eyes.
Eventually, it's gonna fade. Yeah,
yeah,
and that's so true, because that's why like I use myself as the best example.
Yeah,
one of the things, my favorite things I love doing is when I see people, especially when they come into lives and whatever, and I'm just like, yo, I know you ain't coming in here and not saying hi to me. Like I know you ain't just gonna come in here and run. That's rude. Like I just lurk, like
just lurk like that.
House? Yeah, it's like you just gonna look at me. No, I'm good. Like, nah, you're gonna say hi. You're gonna say something.
Yeah,
it's about like I said, it's about that kind of interaction. But I think more importantly, I know Husky's still in here, more or less. But like, they want to know that formula. They want to know that formula.
Easy. I got the formula. I got you. So everybody's gonna tell you, if you want your stream to get more views, if you want your long form to get whatever you want to grow, you need attention. Attention is the currency. The best way to get attention on any platform, Meta, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform you're doing your thing on, it's short form. Reels are Instagram's biggest focus and Facebook's biggest focus. Shorts are YouTube's biggest spending. That's where they're putting all the money. Have you noticed shorts are now in your long form feed?
Yep.
Shorts pop up even when you don't ask them to. They're pushing shorts. TikTok originated it, short form content. And even now they're pushing new things like live shopping. Find out where the attention is first and foremost. And short form is going to be your way. The first 3 seconds are the most important. They don't know who you are. They've never seen you before, and they have no reason to watch your shit. So keep that in mind, first of all. A lot of people come on and they're like, hey guys, and they're talking like these motherfuckers. Like, yes, some of your viewers are returning viewers, but the majority of short form content doesn't know who the fuck you are. They don't. As big as our page is, with 143,000 viewers on TikTok, 80-something% of our reels, our views are from people who don't subscribe, and sometimes even those watching us for the first time, which is wild when you figure we got 150 million views. You figure people would know my face and I could just be like, hey guys, here's just no. I treat every time like nobody's seen me before. So start with that. Every reel or short form piece of content, nobody knows who you are. You have to give them the reason. So visual hook, find either an interesting angle. If you notice, a lot of creators walk and they'll do this where they're like putting the camera down. They're like, hey guys, that's a form of a visual hook. There's movement. Our eyes are trained to look for movement as a species. So stuff moving on the screen, you leaning into the camera, all of that is going to stop the scroll for at least a half a second to gain their attention. Next, what are you saying? You have to say something enticing in that first 3 seconds, maybe even first 1 second on some of these platforms. So say something that's going to grab their attention. Yes, you could say something controversial. You could say something positive, extremely positive. You can say just something to hook them in right away. Contradictions are great. Anytime you can make a contradiction, or give them a goal, an aspirative goal, something they aspire to. Like I do, fair. Here's how to get 10 million views with this. Boom. Something like that is going to get your attention. You have to keep layering though. That's not enough. Text. You'll notice the most viral videos you see usually have some form of text telling you what's going on, because your eyes can read faster than you're going to hear them talking. So all these stacked together are going to win you that first 3 seconds. And that's all you need to focus on to get more views now, today. Focus on that first 3 seconds and experiment without emotion. A lot of people do it and they're like, oh man, I tried it. I was like, cool, you didn't figure it out. It's a fucking combination lock. You have to try different iterations, what color works on the screen, like crazy shit. I went so into detail. I could tell you when we have a cosplayer with the color purple on, we are guaranteed to get 1 million views almost. That's how in detail I went. Our highest viewed, 4 out of our top 10 highest viewed videos had cosplayers wearing purple. That's how detailed, obsessed, stupid, ridiculous I got with learning how this shit works.
I had to break my neck thinking about that.
Stress. I can't even explain why, but once I learned it, you better believe I was looking for purple dressed cosplayers. And sure enough, I found them. They hit and they blew up. And they'd get hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views. Like,
no, exactly.
The clues are there. You just have to be willing to experiment and
wear more
fail.
Purple. Wear more purple.
Oh man, yeah. Find out the color. It's different for every audience. That's the thing. If I were to post my most viral video, almost 8 million views, right? If I were to post that video from my Con Culture page on my alter ego page, it would probably get 200 to 1,000 views.
And that makes sense, because like when you look at, like for myself, I also notice, like, depending on where I go, right? My goal for this year was to I want you to be annoyed with my face and sick of my voice. And so like I have, you know, my podcast clips come up all the time where I'm always doing extra kind of work. Obviously it allows me to stay consistent. You know, at least they'll always know that I have stuff around. But I think that's really important too, is just the first, that you mentioned, that first 3 seconds. I hear that a lot. Like, one of my videos that it didn't blow up as much on views, but it blew up more on engagement. And it was just something as simple as like, I don't like KOTOR.
Perfect. Perfect. If I love that, then I'm gonna stop and be like, hold up, I need to hear why you don't, or I'm about to type why I love. That's a perfect, you made a statement.
Oh, that
you
is
were right into the camera. You prompted a response, and that's going to get engagement.
And it happened too, because we had one where I was doing a podcast with Chilling with the Party, and the one that blew up really big, not on TikTok or YouTube, but Insta, was about Baldur's Gate 3. And like the different kind of players. Like he's like, you can't be a Luke Goblin trying to play with like someone who wants to streamline it right away. And so you get a lot of these like, well, actually type person type people, you know, but that's still engagement.
It is. You know, it is. And we get trolls even on our Con Culture podcast. Even though we're doing it positive, we get trolls. And I just take Gary V's method. I'm kind of shit. I'm like, hey man, we're here to spotlight them. You're hating. I know you're probably in a bad spot. I hope somebody's supportive to you when you try to do your thing. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, whatever. But the majority of the time, they'll be like, oh, man, I was just making jokes, man. No, I was like, hey, totally. I get it. I know that you were just trying to be funny. And it changes people, man. They'll straight up DM me sometimes. Hey, man, it really bothered me that I said that. I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, hey, man, it's the internet. We all make jokes sometimes that we regret. It's cool.
You know, and that's actually led to a really interesting segment actually there.
Yeah.
Is the fact of being able to handle the criticism. Because I have had that criticism of like, dude, your stuff kind of sucks. You know, and I'm just like, damn, you right. And I've you know, I needed to I took like a day to think about why does my stuff suck?
Yeah.
You know, that re-engage, refresh, like don't try to take this stuff too personally.
Yeah.
Like
it's funny you say that. I have a message I shared with my team earlier that this literally came into our chat. I got this DM and I'll show you on the phone here. Yeah. So it literally says, hopefully that focuses. Come on, Osmo, do your thing.
Whatever. What is it?
No, I'm a double tap. On this.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can enlarge this.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, your content is awesome, but why your editor sucks, man? Maybe I can offer you a better deal.
Yeah, he's trying to pitch his editing service, but he's like, you suck. And I don't I have such bulletproof skin, man. Like, you wouldn't believe the level of like bulletproof skin I have. Let me fix my camera here. Sorry about that. Lining myself out. Yeah, I started with bulletproof skin. Like my mother filled me with so much love that I almost think too highly of myself sometimes. So when people say stuff like that, I don't feel a certain way, man. When they make fat jokes, when they make ugly jokes, when they make whatever jokes they're gonna make, I go right to kindness. I'm like, dude, something's obviously wrong with you if you're trying to shit on somebody's day. But yeah, even that one, I responded. I was like, oh, it probably sucks because I'm the editor. It's me. I've edited every video we make for the most part, me and my team. I showed them how I wanted it edited. So if the editing sucks, it's my fault. But we have over 150 million views. We have over 225,000 followers and subs. So
I'm doing
it can't suck too bad. Yeah, and the dude was like, oh yeah. Well, and then he just kind of backpedaled and is like, well, if you ever wanted to switch it up and get 1 billion views, I was like, man, I appreciate it, but
you got to get 1 billion views on yours first there, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you're cold DMing. I respect the hustle, but don't start with an insult on the sales pitch, man.
Right. Like, you're going to tell me that my views were like 1/8 of the planet.
Yeah. And it happens more on my alter ego. On the con culture, I don't get a lot of hate, actually. Unfortunately, my cast members do. Like, they get all kinds of insults and stuff. I hate it because I don't like my friends being subjected to that. Right. But you have to have that thick skin, like you were talking about. You have to have the thick skin that when you're like, oh, yeah, you got 1 million views, and why you only have 200 followers on your page then? They don't know that Alter Ego is a separate page I created to show people that it's possible, to share everything I learned. They see Alter Ego Creative Studios, and they see that my highest viewed video is like 1,500 views, and I'm talking about getting millions. Yeah, it's going to smell funny, but I don't take it personally. You have to be confident in knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, and what you're trying to do. If your views aren't there and you're just getting started, cool. You suck. Yeah, I'm just getting started, motherfucker. What do you? I didn't expect to be great out the gate. Like, you have to have thick skin, and if you can't handle the insults, don't even start, man. Because success is way harder than it is at the beginning. Like, when you're at the beginning, nobody knows who you are. But once people do know who you are, that makes you a target. And if you can't handle the pain of failure, you're not going to be able to handle the weight of success. You're just
no. And that's 110% fair. We see that a lot with like gaming community. Like, gaming community you see a lot in like whether it comes from little ones of like, why don't you have an afro? Like, I don't know. I got into a fight with a lawnmower, bro. Like, just what am I supposed to tell you? Like,
it says ish, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Ish. Afro ish.
And so, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't care. You know, I really don't care too much.
Yeah.
I told him I had like, have you ever did? You know, I'm like, I had days where I've crashed out. Absolutely. And I will be, and I've had myself, I've been on live where I've had one where I'm like, yeah, I've had days where I crash. And a lot of it comes down. I was like, I thought reason why? A lot of it comes down because the fact that I was like, I can't deal with the uneducated people right now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not, you know, I'm slightly calling you stupid. So I'm gonna just do it. You know, and so I was like, let's keep it as is. Or like, but like I love that engagement. Every time that you go and you start, you know, whether it's starting a live, starting a stream, seeing people come in. And it's just like that one person you'll see they continuously come in and they make that, and that one person becomes another person, you know, and they follow, they support, they do whatever. And it's that building. Like the success is like this, but it's also like this, and it's also like this. It's like
it's all of them. It really is.
No
people think that it's going to be
that.
like this awesome peak. It isn't, man. You know, you're going to have months. Like I told you, I had $22,000 in October. And in November, I had 2,000.
You know, and a thing too on it as well is that one big thing I see a lot is the comparison. The comparison. Some of these people, I will be honest, some of these people start way more than they start from where I am. There are people who have started way before me. There are people who started after me and blew up like fucking crazy. Why? It's irrelevant because it's not you.
Yep.
And I think so many people end up in that comparison space, you know, like you mentioned, this 16-year-old, why is she blowing up? I don't know, probably because she's just a pretty face and she's doing dances, but she knows how it works in the end.
Yep. And you have to, people tell you all the time, don't compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparing yourself is only going to lead to you being depressed. I take a different take. Compare yourself, motherfucker. Compare yourself to the people you are. But here's the difference. Find out what the difference is. Don't just be like, oh, he's so much farther ahead of me. There's no way. Why the fuck is he ahead of you? Was he early? Like you said, some people on TikTok are big because they got on in 2020 when everybody was watching and they blew up because they were early. There were people on earlier on the platform that blew up because they were early. The biggest YouTube creators were putting in work in 2018. They were early. You're not early. You're just starting now. Well, how do you make up that gap? How do you make up that difference? Don't be like, oh, no, how, why, what's working now? What are the pages that have blown up in the past 6 months? What did they do? What did they tap into? There are ways to study this. Comparing yourself can be beneficial if you don't attach that negative emotion to it. I compare myself to Gary Vee, Alex Hormozy, Colin and Samir, all the biggest creators. Comparing yourself to them is great. However, you also have to know the nuance of, okay, I don't have a team of 18 people. I have a small team and I have less resources and I have less influence. So you do have to make adjustments, but you can learn from everybody you compare yourself to. The problem comes is when you self-associate and you're just like, oh, I don't have that many, so I'm not that good. No, you're just early. Yeah. I sound like I'm just regurgitating a bunch of Gary Vee stuff because that's who I consume.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. Like it's you know,
it's what's got me through. I regurgitate it because I tried it, found out, and the shit works. Like you can be just as viral as I am if you figure out what works for my audience, what works for my niche, because what works on my couples page doesn't work on the podcast page. What works on the podcast page isn't going to work on the alter ego page. You have to find out that new combination every time. But yes, everybody can be viral if you stick to the first 3 seconds, own the first 3 seconds, and then figure out how to make every subsequent 3 seconds engaging. Storytelling is a big one. That's another one you need to figure out. If you can't tell a story, your streams are going to suck, your long form is going to suck, and your short form definitely is going to suck. That's why I started with short form. Another reason, my goal is to be a long form YouTube creator because the YouTube money is way bigger than the TikTok money.
Right.
Way bigger. The RPMs are so much higher where I could get maybe $1 for every 1,000 views on TikTok. YouTube will pay me 6 to 7. So if I'm making 10K off of TikTok, you can only imagine what I could make off of YouTube. I know people who are making 50, 60K a month off of long form YouTube. So
it's possible. I mean, it's and I think that's something that I've also noticed as we've been talking, except for right now, is that you've talked about things going viral, which is different than people saying like monetarily, like making money off of it.
Yes.
Because there's a big difference between going viral and making money. And that's a lot of people kind of conflate the two, where it's like, well, if I go viral, I'll make a lot of money. No, going viral just means you get a lot of people who saw your shit.
Yep.
Making money is a consistent thing.
My couples page has gone viral multiple times. Like I said, over 1 million views. It's made $0. My Con Culture podcast page is viral, but it makes a lot of money, over 10K a month, because I learned how to monetize. I came into this as a business owner. I've owned I've owned 2 gyms formerly, an indoor playground. So I had a business background. I was just a super nerdy dude and wanted to make my podcast about nerdy shit. So it's awesome. But when I came in, I knew I'm going to build an entertainment vertical, because there's 2 ways really you can go. You can go the education space on short form and sell courses or sell digital products. You'll hear a lot of people selling digital products, selling courses, selling how-tos. Or you could go the other route where you're entertainment. You're just trying to get viral as many times as possible to amass the community and audience and serve an audience. So then you can then go to brands and leverage that audience and have the brands pay you, have the platform pay you. That's what I wanted to do with Con Culture. I wanted not to make money from my audience. That was not the goal. I wanted the platforms and the brands to pay me. And I don't want to make money from my audience until I genuinely have something to offer them that I feel is valuable. I wanted to monetize the brands because I know they have money and we can connect. And it also had to be brands I legitimately mess with. Like G Fuel is one of our partners that we partner with, not sponsored here, not sponsored. You heard of them. Yeah, I was an avid drinker way before they gave us a brand deal. They gave us a nice brand deal too. But I was a fan of it way before we became ambassadors or a part of it. Same thing with Lexar Memory. It was a company I used. Rode microphones. This microphone was given to me for free from Rode, and they gave us all kinds of stuff, and we're partnering on outfitting this brand new studio I built that my wife built. I didn't build it. My wife built it. I just kind of lifted the heavy stuff. But yeah. So you have to be good at business. There's a lot of your favorite influencers are broke because they don't get the business aspect. They don't get how to package themselves as a creator, how to reach out to brands and network, how to build those relationships with both the platforms and the people making the marketing decisions. Yeah, you can go viral and still have $0 from it, man.
No, and that's and that's just the truth of the matter. Also, you mentioned too, like I guess I have more of a question. And what is more important for people, views or engagement?
Again, depends on your goal. If you're trying to sell a course the other way, opposite of what Con Culture did, that's actually what I'm doing with Alter Ego Creative Studios. Eventually, I am going to probably sell one-on-one coaching for X amount of dollars, whatever it is. I'll sit down, consult, go over all your content, tell you how to improve it, the things you need to do going forward, and how to experiment. That engagement is way more important because engagement leads to leads. You're building a community of a different kind, and you don't need a lot. You get 2,000 to 3,000 people who are engaged with your content. You're doing this full time. They will hire you for coaching, and when it works, they're really going to keep coming back to figure out how to scale. Because once you figure out how to solve a problem for someone, you're far enough ahead that you know the problems that are going to come next. Like if I teach you how to go viral, I know now you need to know how to reach out to brands and show them that you consistently know how to go viral. So there's additional problems you keep, and so you continue making money, helping your audience along the way. That's that way. If you're going for the entertainment route like Con Culture is, then views definitely want to get as many eyeballs as possible. Engagement is still super important because now every platform is weighting engagement and watch time. Instagram, engagement and watch time is the most important thing. YouTube, engagement and watch time is the most important thing. And on TikTok, engagement and watch time is the most important thing. The reason is they want to sell ads. There's no mystery to what this game is, guys. Short form platforms or platforms in general want to sell ads. They make billions and billions of dollars selling ads. So you need the eyeballs. That's all it is. If you can, oh dude, it's crazy. There's a reason. Just imagine if YouTube's doing a 49-51 split where the creator gets, or whatever the split is, and creators are getting 50-60,000 a month, one creator. Imagine YouTube's cut at the scale that all the creators are. No, there's a reason why these are the biggest companies in the world, but you can get in on that. You can get a piece of that. And I forgot what we were even talking about, but yeah, the opportunity's there to get this bag, man.
Absolutely. It's at the end of the day, it's going to come down to just putting in the effort and doing it.
Yeah. Listen. And I remember. Sorry to interrupt. I remember where we were going. Engagement and watch time is the most important thing because they need those eyeballs on the platform. So whatever you do, whatever your content does to keep people on longer, whether that's force them to leave a comment, that's all extending their time on the platform. Watch time, that you're extending the time they're on the platform. So if you do that, the platform will push you. If you can get them past that 3 seconds, and even better, if you can get them to type something into your video, you're going to get pushed on the platform. Every one of them does. What's that?
Isn't it like, I forgot, there's like, it jumps. Like when they get past that 3 seconds, the chance of them watching the full video jumps by like, I don't even remember how much it is.
It's exponential. If I remember correctly, it's about 70% chance if they get past 5 seconds that they're going to watch the rest of the way. Like it's dang, or at least long enough for you to get the credit for it, because you need them to watch for 5 seconds off the For You page to qualify for a TikTok, and it has to be over a minute. Once you're in the creator program, you get them over a minute, 5 seconds, or original viewer, bam, they'll push it out to more. So most platforms do this with your content. The reason a lot of people are stuck at 200 views is because that's the size of the testing pool. So TikTok puts you out to 200. Well, all of them really do a variant of this. They put you out to 200 to 300 viewers. And based on how that video performs, you move up to the next pool, which on TikTok, I have a lot of experience with TikTok. So it goes from 200 to 1,000. And if you pass 1,000 views, that means you passed the test. You got more than 80% of whatever to watch your video. Then you go to 10,000 is the next pool. If the majority of people watch you at 10,000, 25,000 is the next one. And then 50, then 100,000. And at 100,000, your next checkpoint isn't until 250,000. So generally, if you get to 100,000 views, your video is probably going to end up doing 170, 180,000 if it stops there. If it gets past the 250, your next checkpoint is 500,000, which is, sorry about that, I don't know how to turn off my ringtone. So which is why in videos that get over 250, you could knock out 100,000 views in a day. Like it just goes, because the numbers scale and get bigger and bigger, which is how we were able to get, I think we got 10 million views this past weekend overall across platforms. Because once you get up into that space, the pool of audience they serve it to is larger and larger and larger. So if you're stuck at 200 views, it never got out the first pool. The majority of my videos on Alter Ego aren't getting out because I'm not trying to go viral on that page.
That's fair. That's very fair. Actually, I have someone has a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever used the promote on TikTok?
I have used the promote on TikTok. This is an excellent question. In order to get into the TikTok creator program, you need 10K followers. TikTok promote is a great tool to get 10K followers. You can buy pretty much all your followers legitimately through TikTok. And all that means is TikTok knows who clicks that follow button easier than others. So they're just serving you to audiences that still kind of fit, but are prone to following. However, you can get way, way more followers faster, easier, and they'll stick if it's your content that gets them to follow. Like if it really is that you figured it out, because getting followers is cool, but if you learn how to consistently get more followers, then you don't have to rely on the promote program. Because to get 10K followers, you'd probably have to spend several $100s, like $1,000 to $2,000 in spend, which isn't much to get into the program. Because once you're in the program, you could make that back in 1 month.
Right.
However, what's the ingredient you're missing to make that in 1 month? How to go viral. So you get to the 10K, you're at the party without the weapons, so you have nothing to bring into the lobby. You're just there, not getting any.
You basically just paid to win.
Pretty much, you paid to win, but you don't know how to play the game. So now you're at the table and you just getting nothing. You're just spectating at that point.
That's
so
fair.
Yes, it totally is a tool that you could use to gain followers if you want to do that. That's what short form was, a cheat code for me to get YouTube partner. I knew it was the fastest way to get 1,000 subs. So I've used it on multiple channels to get to 1,000 subs. But now I'm sitting in the partner program and I can't make a long form video go viral. So I'm literally sitting at the table where $50,000, $60,000 could come a month. And I don't know how to play the game because I haven't figured out thumbnails and titles on YouTube. If you don't have a good thumbnail and a good title, doesn't matter how good your video is, nobody's going to watch it. It's a totally different game from short form. Short form, you get served, you're in the feed, you got that 3-second shot. YouTube, your shot is the discover page. It's title and thumbnail. And I haven't figured out how to play that game. So I'm sitting at the table where millionaires are made and I'm only making 120K a year. Like,
that's fair. I mean, that's still, damn, I wish I need to figure that out because I need to make 120K a year. Oh, my wife's a pharmacist, so I told her that I was like, one day I'm gonna end up beating it. I'm gonna beat yours, so then we'll be fine. She's like,
yeah, it's humbling. It's humbling because I am gonna make my yearly salary from my job probably by the end of March. Everything I made for last year from my W-2 job will probably be earned by March.
That's awesome.
And I'm not even up to speed with what you could do with just short form. Like I have probably 2 to 3 brand partners. Most people, when they get going, can have as many as 5 to 10 brand deals coming in. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And multiple pages going. You could do this again and again. That's what I'm trying to do with my couples page. I'm going to get that one to go. And then I'll have hotels paying me to go stay places that I'm already traveling to.
I know I have an extra. I have a spare, actually, Afro Fish one. And that one's going to be more focused on voice actor.
Nice.
Because I've been like, I have a voice that could work for some voice acting gigs. And I always joke about it because I'm like, I have a voice for radio. And like,
I do not. I have one voice and it's excited schoolboy. It's my only voice I have.
I do. Like I was doing a video for Dead or Alive, and the whole time today, I'm like, I'm gonna switch my video because my voice is usually like this all the time. But I'm like, when I play Dead or Alive, I'm gonna be like, so this is the Dead or Alive last round, now coming to PlayStation, and just like, you know. And I love doing
it. That's nice. That's a damn good switch up there. I was like, holy shit.
So I love it. But like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make one when I finally this one, the page I have, ones that finally kind of kicks off more, I'm going to focus on this one. Yeah. Because god damn, I am terrible at focusing on multiple things at one time. So it's like
same, but I still
it's all my wife, thank goodness, she helps me out with so much of this. But you know, and I think that's just being a content creator is at the end of the day, having the willingness to learn, understand that you're probably not going to get it right out the bat.
No one is.
And just being ready to every, what is it? The lead singer of Huntrix said this, and when she won the award, every rejection is a redirection.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like that. You know what I mean? I like that a lot. So
she was a presenter. She was actually a presenter at the TikTok Awards. I got
that's awesome.
It was
I'm not gonna lie. I never thought that movie would blow up, but I loved K-pop Demon Hunters. So
it's the most successful movie in Netflix history, and I didn't watch it for the first 3 months. I wasn't gonna watch it because I'm like, it's a kids movie, or it's like not targeted to me, and it's not something I'm super into. Like I have my anime, and that's what I stick to. And
what
then
anime is
I'm
that
sitting. Mine is Naruto. It's what my kids got me into, and I watched every episode, filler included.
Damn,
the first and Shippuden, every episode, every single episode, and I was like, I identified with Naruto. I like Attack on Titan and a couple others, but Naruto is the one I identify the most with because it's most like my favorite superhero of all time. Superman is my number one favorite.
No, and that's so, I'm glad to find another another Superman fan, because I feel like Superman never gets really the justice he deserves. Like whenever they put him on a screen, it never seems like they really did it. Though I do love the 2025 Superman movie.
It made kindness cool for like 2 months. And mind you, I built my entire con culture brand off of Superman ideologies, being kind, helping others, spotlighting others. Like that is the whole philosophy behind everything I do. Even the creation of alter ego is trying to be altruistic. It's trying to show people that you can do this, you can get paid, and that anybody can learn it. Like Superman is the core of my DNA. There's no other way to say it. He's my favorite character. He's who I am, which is why I resonated with Naruto so much and why it's my favorite anime. But to the K-pop Demon Hunter example, I was going to make a point about that, but I don't freaking remember what. It was oh man, what were we talking about right before that? I think the line. You were talking about the line that they said that every misstep is a redirect, and that is so true. Being a creator, you have to be totally comfortable with failing in public. No one's going to be good out the gate. You're going to fail multiple times before you find the solution, and even then, if you do blow up out the gate first try, now you're at the 10,000 follower mark. Like I told you before, you're at the table with no idea how to play the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't become a millionaire overnight and then keep that shit. No, you win the lotto and you lose it, which is why most lotto winners end up broker than they were before. Mm-hmm. If you don't learn how to build that wealth, you're not going to be able to keep that wealth.
No.
So learn how to build that audience. So once you have the audience, you can keep the audience because you know why they're there. You know what brought them to the table. Mm-hmm. I banked on giving a shit more about my audience than they care about me. I can't honestly ask somebody to watch me play video games if I don't care how their day is going, if I don't care what they're up to, if I don't give a shit about them. Why the fuck would I have the audacity to have them care about me?
That's 100% true. Like, and that's a life thing too. That's a life thing. Like, I mean, every job I've been in, I've always said that before. I'm like, if your boss don't give a fuck about you, why the fuck do I give a fuck about? Like, do I give a fuck about this place?
Yep.
And like,
I will act my wage real fast.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. I will act my wage. You know, and that's what I love about too is like when it comes into this as well. If I'm having a day that I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not on my best bet. And like I get people coming like, hey, you okay? Like that makes me feel good to know that people like that you resonate enough to let them care.
Yeah.
Let them care. You know, and
it's wild.
That it's the relationships you build from it, whether they're, you know, parasocial or whatever, they're always gonna be important to you. And you gotta make sure to keep that shit going.
Yeah, and it's very difficult. Another thing with scaling and blowing up overnight is you don't get to know your community super well. Like the rate of growth that we have now, it's very hard. When I started, here's another hack: reply to every comment you get. Every comment in your short form should get a reply. I don't care if they're trolling. I don't care if they're not relevant. Reply to every comment because the engagement score gets bumped when you comment. So instead of one comment on your post, there are 2 comments.
Well, it goes up even by my own comment. It goes
up even if it's you replying on every platform, YouTube, TikTok. Seed it. You can seed your comment section with a question as your first comment.
Oh yeah, I do notice that a lot of people do that.
A lot of people are like, well, what do you think? What is your thought on this? And you seed the comment section because nobody wants to be first until you blow up. A big thing on our page is people race to be first, or you'll have like 10 comments in 1 minute, like early, like once you get that audience, people play in your comment section and you'll have that luxury of people just coming in. But better believe in that first minute, everybody has a reply. Even now, we got 2,000 comments over the weekend that I have to go through and still reply to every single comment. It takes at least an hour out of my day every day replying to comments. And it's not just because I love my audience. It's just smart content creator sense. You learn what they're talking about, what resonated with them, what lingo are they using, what trends are they bringing up? Because there's comment trends all day long. There's comment trends. There's meme trends that it puts you on. There's entire fandoms that'll have meetings in your comment section that you didn't know about, because the cosplayer I was interviewing, behind them in the corner, there was this just a quick frame of a cosplayer coming across the screen, and now they spotted them. They're like, oh my God, so-and-so spotted in the wild. And there's this whole thread of comments going off about a game you never heard of or an anime you never heard of. Like, your comment section should be where you live, where you create and get better with your audience. Learn how to serve them in your comment section. And you do that by replying to every single comment. I stole that from Gary Vee, and he was right. It grew my page so fast.
I'm gonna have to go through and like re-go through this entire fucking like podcast.
Yeah, there's so many.
Like,
there's so many.
Like typing, being like tips and tricks.
It's ridiculous. But if Gary Vee is running a multi-million-dollar company and can commit an hour to replying to comments, it's probably because there's some fucking worth to it, other than just being a nice guy. There's some valuable fucking shit there. Like, oh man, I can't tell you the amount of knowledge I gained of my audience by being in the comment section. So much so that now when we do partner ads, you know how partnerships, when they come up, people are turned off by it. They're like, oh, you sold out, or oh, this isn't what I came for the content for. When we do a sponsored post, people celebrate us. They're like, yes, y'all got a partner. Y'all partnered with so-and-so. Congratulations. Our audience gives a shit because they know I'm going to see the comment and I'm going to reply, thank you.
That's true. I mean, like, that's true. I got roughly, because I made a small little like question up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it was like these little question ones that I love doing. And it's like, you know, question for y'all. Like, what's a hard truth that gamers need to hear? And I got over 8,000. It was like 8,000 views on that one. But then the second one was just explain your favorite video game to me poorly. And right now it's sitting at about 342,000 views itself and like over 12K comments. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You go. We are not continuing this podcast until you promise to go back through every single comment and reply to every single. I'm telling you,
fine. Yeah, I will promise that code. I got me on live saying I will promise.
Yes, and I'm gonna go check the post after this.
Okay,
I'm going to reply to every single comment.
About to be real busy.
Yeah, man, because your wife hopefully will understand, because mine catches me too. She gets frustrated sometimes because I'm like replying to comments and we're watching a movie, but I'm like, but she understands that
you just got to tell her. You just got to be honest and be like, babe, if you just pick more interesting movies.
I ain't that brave.
And then it's great.
It's brave
because I get the best sleep of my life, and then I wake up the next morning still ready to go to work.
I got a comfy couch for a reason.
Are you okay? Man. Yeah, I'm doing good. But the best part is I didn't have to watch the movie.
She has better taste in movies than I do. We've been together almost 24 years. It's going to be 24 years in a couple days. We've been living together for 24 years as a unit, moving. And I'm only as successful as I am because she understood and she believed. She built me a studio to do this. That's insane belief. Awesome. If you have a partner like that, bro, you're unstoppable. But only if you reply to every single comment. I'm telling you, if you take nothing from this podcast, y'all, take that, because it really is the cheat code. You're increasing engagement, which is one of the heaviest levers that matters to the algorithm, and it's the only one you control. You can't control how many views you got. You can't control how long somebody watches for, but you can control if you reply and they come back to reply to your reply.
You know, and that's interesting because I actually have because I do know that everyone's like, I do get the troll comment, But I do want to talk a bit about the comments of like people who are like, you can tell they're waiting to debate you with it.
Yeah.
So you say something and they're just like, well, this isn't blah blah blah. Something, something comes up, whatever it is. I can't. I got a bad. I don't have a great example off the top of my head. But that happens every once in a while where you get that person, and I'm like, I don't think everybody knows how to go about that. I think it was one of his. It was actually a COD one I was talking about before. Yeah, and it was just like, y'all need to just stop buying the new games and expecting anything better. So I did reply to that, and I'm like, are you talking about gaming in general, or are you just talking about COD? And he was just talking about COD, and I was like, okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, I was like, well, fuck, I got nothing to say to that one. But yeah, I think there's a.
But think about that. He just gave you a viral video. You could get a viral video to being like about feeling stupid for buying COD again this year, or just criticizing COD being the same every year. Like, if you can formulate that into a viral video, your person who just commented gifted you a 1 million view video. That's what your comment section is doing every time.
I made a video coming up. Well, one of them was about the final. I don't know if you ever played the finals, but it's a first-person shooter, 3v3v3. Like, it is super fun.
You lost me at first-person shooter. A, I suck at first person. I get motion sickness super fast. B, I suck at shooters, which is why I'll play the melee character anytime I can, because my aim is trash without like VATS from Fallout, where it auto aims. Without that, I'm killing no one. You're the safest person in the world if I'm aiming at you in a game.
Well, luckily,
you ain't getting hit.
You can use melee weapons. Like big old sledgehammer. So I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, you can also use swords. But like,
down with that.
But yeah, and so it's a really fun game. And I had someone go and they're like, dude, who's paying you to say this? So I decided I made a whole video about being like, who's paying me? And I'm like, bitch, I wish they would. Like,
I would so fast.
Like, I was like, I don't think
to any brand that you ever put in front of me that offered me money, I would be quick to. No.
I'm like,
it would be like that. Wayne's
Finals is a fun game, and I'm like, I just enjoy it, And so I get those every once in a while, and I love the who pays me, and I'm like, well, my job.
I wish. I wish they would.
I wish they fucking would. Like, I was like, damn. Like, why? And I made a video saying,
here's a funny thing you could do in your comments: tag the maker of the finals in the comment and be like, hey, you hear this? This guy thinks y'all should pay me. Maybe there's something there? ?
I did. Yeah, I mean, I've made 3 videos of the game Echoes of the End, which I really, really loved. I made 3 videos of them, and I tagged them every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time I do it, I'm just like, hey. I mean, I'm just saying.
As soon as you unlock audience, they'll look again, because that's the big thing is everybody tags their favorite brands and stuff they want to work with. That'll get you looked at, but once they look at the audience, if the audience isn't there, they move on. But trust me, that'll work once you gain and you show you can consistently get attention and that the audience aligns. That's another thing. I don't do brand deals with just anybody. It really has to serve my audience and be better for my audience. If not, I don't even do it. We have TikTok will feed you a ton of brand opportunities that just don't align with you. Like, I don't need to be doing hair products and other things that'll pay me guaranteed money, but what is my audience? They have no need for that. Now, movie studios paying us money to promote the movie that we're already going to watch and are already interested in watching, I'll do that all day. We just did one for Scream 7 on Con Culture, where we made a little short film where I'm streaming and one of the castmates like murders me as Ghostface. $300 just to make a 30-second video.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's when it comes down to it. There's these little hacks, like you mentioned, in between them. The little hacks are enough. Yep. They can move. I was a dude I watched. I think it was Rytoast. He's a FNAF YouTuber. And I like FNAF. I don't care what anybody says. I like this shit. Okay. I like watching animatronics jump scare me for the 18,000th time. Okay. But like, there was something interesting I've always respected was the fact that I watched him when he started and I've watched it till now. And I've seen him when he just was in his basement and just having like the green screen behind him, and it was all cheap, and it slowly worked his way up. And that's what I looked, because I was like, I'm in the same boat, because like my, studio wise, right? Like this is just our spare room. Like once we move and stuff, I was like, we're gonna make it a bigger room. We're gonna make it look nicer, Then my wife's like, "Why do you keep spending money?" But I'm like, "Damn, I'm trying to make. I'm something.
investing.
Like I'm
Totally
investing in our future."
It only works for so long. She gets hip to it. Trust me. She gets wise to it. But milk it till it doesn't work. Milk it till it doesn't work.
She looked at me like I was the dumbest motherfucker in the
room. No, man, it is cool watching your creators grow. Like, and now I'm in that position to where people were riding with us for day one and they love where we're at now. They were with me when I was recording in my loft upstairs and I just had a section and I had to tell everybody in the house to quiet down because I'm going to try to stream. Now having this studio that I could just create all kinds of stuff for, I can have my lights permanently set up, my cameras set up back there. I can have everything set, ready to go. This space exists to create more content and better content. It's cool to watch that process. And a surreal moment I had going back to K-pop Demon Hunters, I wasn't going to watch it. I remembered what I was going to say, so I'm going to finish my thought because it's a cool story. I wasn't going to watch it just like you weren't. I know we both passed on it and ended up watching it.
Yeah.
My reason for watching it is I'm at San Diego Comic-Con and they invite us to a dinner with all these creators. So TikTok invites us and some of the biggest creators. I'm sitting across the table from like who's who of like entertainment creators. Like Soups is there, Jock's Washlist is there, and I chop it up with a creator that I'm a huge fan of. I have Straw Hat Goofy there, and I'm like fanboying at first because he's at the opposite table. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. He in the middle of me having a conversation with another creator across, he overhears and he comes to the table, and he's like, hold up, what are we talking about? And I talked for like an hour and a half with Straw Hat about everything from anime to Superman. We chopped it up. He is the coolest guy. Juju is so genuine, so humble, and we both resonated so deeply with Superman. So we really bonded off that. But he told me, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? I was like, nah, not really. I don't think it's my thing. It's not. He's like, bro, I thought the same thing. Watch this movie. It is one of the best, if not the best movie of 2025, period. He's like the studio that did the animation for Spider-Verse. Like he started giving me everything involved with it. I was like, I'll try to give it a shot. I didn't give it a shot till October. That's July. And I finally in October, I was like, I made a promise. I've been at so many cons, but we're here now. I'm going to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Sat down with my wife. We watched it. It blew me away, man.
Yep.
It was insane. It was so good, so catchy. I got all the TikTok trends made sense after the fact. Like it was wild. But to your point, back to your point, being in the same space as creators that you looked up to, the biggest thing I learned from being there was the work ethic. I wasn't even close. I was going hard, man. I'm talking 4 a.m. wake up so that I can edit till 6 a.m., then take my son to school, and then come back, work my 9 to 5, clock off at 5, edit from 5 to 7, eat dinner, get back on at the end to finish any edits or get ready for the posting schedule or podcast. Like I was every spare minute I had, I was working. So I thought I had a level, and then I find out, well, Straw Hat's leaving this dinner and he has to go to an after party. And after that after party, he has to be another event. He's also interviewing the cast of Alien Earth tomorrow in the same studio we got the opportunity to be in. But after that, he has to go to this. Like every minute of that man's schedule was like dialed in, and he had so much to do. And he has a family and he has a child. Like I just got a sense of what success looks like and the work that's going to be required. So I sure did. I went even harder. And sure enough, the page just kept blowing up. It's still at the point where the more work I put in, the bigger it gets. The more comments I reply to, the more followers we get. Like
that makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of like, and that's the thing is like watching because like even from like where I'm standing right now, when I first started, there was a lot of people, like 8-Bit Close Fist, Stroop Waffle, Mindful Gamer, like people that I was like, damn dude, like these people are like way up here. And I was lit there. There was times that they were all talking about stuff, and I was sitting there watching them, and I'm like, I ain't gonna be nowhere close to that. No. And I was like, I have to do something different. I gotta do something different. I gotta change. So I started TikTok lives. It started with just basic questions, and they started asking, and people would start coming in. And there was one time where I had so fucking dumb, but I love telling the story. So I had like something wrong with my throat. So because I had something wrong with my throat, the entire time, people, because they can't see my face, so the entire time they thinking I'm Seth Rogen. Because, because like someone mentioned the fact that like Seth Rogen laughs in reverse, and it's the funniest thing. And so the entire time I'm like, I'm not Seth Rogen. They're like, you're Seth Rogen. I'm like, I'm not.
Stop lying.
Like I'm like, I don't want to, like, because I don't. Last thing I want to do is have someone tag Seth Rogen and be like, this dude sounds like you. But I'm like, no, like he claiming to be Seth Rogen. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I'm just sick.
I'm just sick. Sure, you are Seth Rogen.
Yeah, so it was, and it's funny the way that things blow up. I've come. There's some things I've learned. Like for me, being in the gaming space, talking about issues that go on in the gaming space is always going to be one.
Yeah.
I talked one about, obviously things like wokeness. I talked about things like that. I talk about, slightly political things that go on in the spaces.
Yeah.
How are we going to improve some of these spaces?
Yes.
And those get people who are coming in who are just like, well, I just don't. And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm like, I'll tell you how it is. I'm going to be honest. Like this, I had a dude earlier who was like, I have a thing coming up, and one of the little prompts is just women make the gaming space better. That's all I said.
How are we arguing that?
He's like, well, in what ways? And I'm like, if this is the first thing that you think of, is your feelings get hurt because like you think it's a one over the other, you got to recheck yourself.
First of all, if you're asking how do women make it better, do you have a woman in your life? I'm assuming you don't, because if you have a woman in your life, not just a sexual partner, but a woman in your life, be it a friend, a sibling, a woman in your life is made better by that woman in some way. So arguing that women don't improve the gaming space somehow, I'm the opposite. I'm like, how do they not improve the gaming space? Just the inclusion of more people is always a good thing. I think I agree with you though. Women in gaming are making it better.
It's so sad because it's like when I say something like that and I get these, and it's always men. It's always the men who come in, and I'm just like, I don't even get mad anymore. I just am at a point where I'm like rethink yourselves. Think about why that is. Yep. Don't use it as like it's one versus the other. Why is the first thing you think of, why is it not including me?
Yeah.
And it's if your first thing is, they're not including me because I'm gonna be honest, bro, you ain't feeling special. That's it. I didn't sugarcoat to you.
Yeah.
I don't have to sugarcoat to you.
Yeah.
And I love doing that. Like I love like pissing people off, not saying that. But like I was like, I like letting people know in this space, we're going to build a better space.
Yeah.
We're going to build a better thing. And that's why like I talk to gaming devs. I've talked to gaming devs. There's a game I'm playing right now called Starlink, Battle for Atlas.
Yeah.
Fun game. I got to talk to the lead writer of it. Like it was super awesome. She's amazing. And women make the gaming space better. But like and I'm like, she's so cool. And then to top it off and make it even cooler, like I was like, the game happened to pop up on Game Pass. So then I was like, well, fuck, okay. So then I started playing it. I'm like, dude, I'm in love with this game. This game is awesome, And like, between talking to devs, you talk to writers, you talk to people who are just in the community, every place around it. And that's why like I wanted to build this. I wanted to build a space for what makes this community great, what makes nerd culture amazing in its own mind. And I think when we finally break it down, and I tell people, I don't care about the negatives. I don't, because at the end of the day, if you want to be negative, you can stay mad. And I'm not telling you that everything's great. I mean, believe me, I've watched all of Naruto, including filler. I've seen some bad filler in my life. I've seen some bad filler. Like I've seen some negative stuff, and of course, there's days. But at the end of the day, this is an amazing space with an amazing people.
And you highlighting that is going to make your page greater. That's the thing. The con space. I've been to enough conventions around the country to know that the loud negative trolls in some of these spaces aren't there in public. They're not really the majority. They're just loud. They're just loud.
Yeah, they don't show up in public. They are the types that will look and then they look down immediately as soon as you pass. Because anybody, especially when they come, there was a person that was she was Sephiroth, right, from Final Fantasy VII. That's like a black Sephiroth. So her dreads were black and gray, like going down. It was the cool. Actually, let's see if I can find a picture. But like, I think I have a picture of her. She was amazing. It was one of the coolest costumes I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was one of the reasons we popped off, is because we weren't interviewing people who were big influencers. We weren't trying to get, let me interview this big influencer. We were interviewing everybody. So you highlighting people in the gaming space at every level, interviewing different level streamers, eventually, like, people are going to see that you are spotlighting everyone.
We'll pull it up. Look at that.
That is cool. What con was that at?
Colossal Con 2024.
Hold on. Did I interview? I might. She probably didn't get mistaken. That's when before we got all the other series.
But I was like, I don't care. I need this. Like this is the coolest outfit I've seen.
That is so cool. That was dope as shit. And that was the biggest thing that set us apart, was interviewing everybody, all sizes, all colors, all equally. Hands down. And we've had debates pop up of like, oh, this character ain't black, or oh, this character's not Asian. And it's like, our biggest thing is cosplay is for everyone.
Neither are you. There was the like, neither are you. Like so many of them, so many of them, when they get into that space, it's like you realize that most of these characters are like Asian, right? Like they're Japanese, they're somewhere around there. Like they're not what you like. They're not you, bro.
No.
However, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Killer B,
fictional characters.
When I saw Killer B for the first time,
oh shit!
I was like, this dude's so much cool. Like I was like, is he the worst rapper in the world? No, I've heard worse. But like, but I was like, this dude is up. And then he just proceeds to beat the fuck out of Sasuke's team.
Stomp some, man. That whole village is hardcore.
Oh yeah, I ain't going anywhere near that village. Like the village hidden in the clouds. Like
I want no smoke with the cloud. None.
Nah, the village hidden in these hands. Like that's all that happened the entire time.
No, man. And that's what I don't get, how people can still be so resistant to inclusion. And like you said, it's just that they're not the center of attention. They're upset that villains are or that heroes are being casted as different races from their original intended. It's like they're fictional characters, man. That isn't core to who the character is. Spider-Man can be anyone, and Miles Morales proved that. Stan Lee wrote him that way so that he could be anyone. Anybody could be Spider-Man. And the thing I love about Superman is what I say is the best qualities of Superman. What make him Superman is not the superpowers. It's not the flight. It's not the strength. It's that despite everything, all the bad in the world, he is the kindest, most gentlest person there is. And he is kind to even people who don't deserve it. And you can do that. Any one of us can be kind to somebody. And that's the best heroes are written like that. But yeah, that's for everybody.
That's why right now I love the Absolute Universe. Because despite how ridiculous that shit gets, their core principles are always there.
Yep.
So no matter what life circumstances, their core principles will not change.
Clark Kent converted a robot, y'all. He got these bots that were supposed to get him to kill himself. He got them to see that they were being forced to do evil. He got robots to believe. Brainiac bots believed in the hope of Superman. That is his core coming through. And even then, he refused to kill Peacemaker when he had the chance. Like, their elements
you
are
ain't killing
there.
John Cena. But like these, but like I think too, like the same with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's another one too that we see, despite her where she started from, she still shows that kindness, compassion, all that. And then here comes Batman with the fucking chainsaws. But like, but I love Batman's too. I love seeing Batman. I mean, honestly, I think one of my favorite ones is when he takes out all those white supremacists. But like
when we go clan punching,
but then at the same time though too, he also recognized. I think he ends up killing them. But like he sits there and he just starts crying because it that didn't make him feel any better.
Nope.
Like he found his one rule by taking out some people some of those horrendous people.
It's what Zack Snyder tried to do with Man of Steel. That's what Zack Snyder wanted to do. He wanted to make the killing of Zod the reason why the rule is established, but he didn't pull it off very well.
He didn't, and that's why I love the Absolute universe, is because they are pulling it off well. Yeah, I think they just have a better grasp of who these characters are at their core.
And Bruce Wayne is a vibe. He's a whole vibe. Having a non-rich Bruce Wayne is different.
Fucking mountain, dude. Like I was like when they told me I love one of my favorite page or chapters in the issues is when he's in Arc M. Yeah, and they're trying to take out all the traps and stuff, and they put like 7 people in the hospital because they're trying to take the suit off of him. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, like they really and then he's using his own teeth as like brass, and I'm like,
this shit is metal. I'm loving this Batman. All day. It's hardcore as it gets.
Have you seen Ivy?
A live action?
No, have you seen Ivy?
No, I haven't seen. I haven't gotten that far yet, and I also haven't cracked into Absolute Satania, which just started.
That's
what I'm saying. I love her character as it is, and she got an Absolute series now. Oh, I'm diving in.
Well, dude, they just revealed Absolute Green Arrow.
Yep.
And when they showed Absolute Diana, I was like, or Dinah Lance, I was just like, absolute ass whooping right there.
Yep, 100%.
I was like, there's some. I'm so, but this is why I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I will never understand the fact of people who are so resistant to change, but then we'll see something like Batman, the Absolute Universe, which takes their characters in the most ridiculous way possible, and you can be okay with that. Like they are changing everything about that universe.
Yep.
But Miles shows up, and y'all blow the fuck up.
If you were to put a little bit of tan on Batman, they would lose their shit.
And then at that point, and I'm just like, and so that's why I say, I'm like, you can't tell me that it's just not racism.
It's 100% racism. It's 100%. They're saying the quiet part out loud for themselves with their actions.
The what is it? Into the Spider-Verse? No, Across the Spider-Verse. I think the one proved it. I was like, when you have the 2000 or PS4 Spider-Man, you have Spider-Man who's on a horse, you have Spider-Punk is dope. I don't care what everybody says. Spider-Punk don't count. But you have, Spider-Man Noir, you have like all these different variants of Spider-Man. But Miles is your problem.
Yeah. It makes no sense. You're okay with the pig Spider-Man?
You're okay
with the pig Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, something wrong with y'all.
When I hear people say like the Spider-Man, Miles in the Spider-Man, I was like, last time I checked, it's on there. And for like, that's why Jay Penembra, who does a lot of comic book content, he's like, it's been over, I think he said 1,000 days since the DC had a mainline black comic book character.
Travesty.
It is. It's sad.
And the catalog is full with amazing black characters who can use if you don't want to create new ones.
I'm not even a huge comic book fan, but that shit bothered me when I heard that to my core. And I'm like, how are you just going to bypass that? Mm-hmm. Like DC, it hurts my feelings as a fan of your own characters.
That's why I'm so into indie also, like indie authors. Flame, amazing black comic book. black writer, black artist. Impound Comics,
Oh,
amazing. Oh, Impound. I met the author of Impound, the creator of Impound, and I've met the creator of Flame, who has his own huge TikTok presence as a creator and is controversial at times. But yeah, there's so many amazing black creators right now solving the problem. They're like, you know what? You don't want to give us a spot? Cool.
we'll do it ourselves.
We're gonna make our own table, and they are fucking amazing. They're great.
I'll always support that.
Yeah, like Flame, Impound Comics. If y'all want to get into some new ones, go check those out. Go check out Flame. Go check out Impound Comics. Those are awesome. They're awesome indie creators. Impound's trying to get publishing. Flame has broke all kinds of personal records and sales. They're awesome. They're awesome comics.
So I have two questions for you. The first one is always, for the people who are, where can they all find you?
Yes.
That will,
several places. We'll start with that question first. Several places. Con Culture Podcast, all platforms, is going to be the easiest way to get the main page. If you want to see what I'm doing and less what I'm saying, Con Culture Podcast is the biggest page we have.
That's all social media?
All social media. CON, like Comic Con Culture Podcast. You'll get that on all social media. If you want, Con Culture Podcast on all socials. Alter Ego Creative Studios, also on Meta, TikTok, and YouTube, is where I share everything I learn along the way. You know, how I got the brand deals, how I edit, how I do retention. I have I think it's like 14-minute video on my TikTok and YouTube, literally walking you through frame by frame how I created the viral formula that is the Mistaken Cosplay series. It's what's your cosplay and what have you been mistaken for is the formula we created. And I explain to you why it works and why everything is in the frame the way it is and what we go for when we do these interviews, what we cut out, how we edit for retention. All of that is served in that 14-minute video. And that is on Alter Ego Creative Studios is where I share that. And the last one, I guess those are the big two. A Couple's Journey, if you want to see just funny couple content with my wife and I, it's A Couple's Journey, also on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. But if you look at all those, you'll see a commonality in that I know how to get views. I know how to engage with that audience, and I engage with them differently. I engage with the Couples Page audience differently than I engage with the Con Culture audience, different from the Alter Ego. This podcast, this live stream actually came from the Alter Ego page. Afro-ish OG DM me on that one. So you never know who's consuming your content. But yeah, that's where to find me. And then your other question, I'm sorry.
Other question is, what does nerd culture mean to you?
Nerd culture, I kind of delved into it a little bit already. Superman. Superman is where he's the core of my essence and what I aim to be as a human. I think Superman is the most human character ever written. And he's who I aspire to be IRL. Like in real life, I want to be that kind individual who will always forgive, who will always see the best in people and then treat them like that's all I see. That is my goal, because that is what I got from nerd culture. Superman comics saved me when I grew up in the rough neighborhood and I felt alone and the home life wasn't great. I had Superman to show me that, yeah, there's chaos, there's bad in this world, and people hurt people sometimes for no reason, but there's also hope. And I can't fix the things that are wrong in people's life, but I can give them a smile. I can give them a moment of hope. That's what nerd culture is. It's the light in the darkness for so many people. These characters we attach to, these games we play, aren't just fun and games, for lack of a better word. Finally, people who understand my boy Superman. Yes, 100%. But for people, these fandoms are a safe place. They're a breath of fresh air, somewhere we can rest from all the chaos we have going on, all the bills, all the responsibility, all the political drama going on in America, all the hatred we receive, especially minorities. not just black, brown, Asian. They don't even want my people in this country right now. They are actively deporting my whole platform. I am the son of an illegal immigrant. I have seen deportations happen to family members. Like, they don't even want us here right now. But Superman showed me that you could be an alien. You can be hated and still treat people with kindness.
Absolutely.
The nerd community accepted me. They showed me love. They've blown up my page. So the nerd community to me means community, kindness, inclusiveness, progressive. That's why people get so pressed with the nerd community. They're like saying it's woke. No, it's just progressive. It's just inclusive. We're bringing people together.
This is the dude that made my stuff.
That banger ass intro beat.
Yeah, this is the dude that made the intro. What's up? What's up, Jimmy?
that was some fire ass music at the intro, Jimmy. But yeah, that's what the nerd culture gave to me. It gave me hope, and all I'm trying to do is take that light and make it brighter for everybody to see. We all belong. You're enough, and I see you. And I'll end with a quote from Superman. It's from Superman Up in the Sky, where he goes across the universe to save this little girl.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's an amazing. If you haven't read it, Up in the Sky is fantastic. She asks him, "Can you can't save everybody. Can you save everybody?" And he's like, "No, but I can try." That's Superman at his core. Can I solve all the world's problems? Can I make everyone in the nerd community happy with short form video? No, but I can try.
I love that. I think that there's one episode. They're not episodes all the time, but the one issue where he holds up the world so that Atlas can go to his daughter's wedding.
Yes,
just for a moment, and he's like, "Holy shit, this is what these guys have been doing."
Yes, for so long,
just for one day to see his daughter get married.
Yeah, that's Superman. That's who he is. He will go. Red and Blue is another one. Oh my God. If you haven't read Superman Red and Blue, it's a chef's kiss of a comic. And there's a series that my son now bought the physical copy for. And I'm going to try not to cry. But he said he read it and it reminded him of me. And he made it his wallpaper. And let me try to look it up. I want to get the order right, because it's Superman in the comic essentially it's Kent. Pa Kent is in a church and he's talking to this pastor, and he's like, "I'm about to have a son," like telling him that Clark just crashed without telling him that he's like, "A kid came into my life, but I don't know anything about raising a child. I don't know the first thing about making him into a good man. Like, who am I to raise a child? I don't." And the pastor is kind of comforting him and telling him, "You're going to be a great father. You're going to be kind to him. You're going to teach him what he needs to learn, and just show him, be honest with your mistakes." And he does. Pa Kent, as we know, gave us Superman, but the quote that repeats throughout the comic is oh dang, I thought I found it. It's right here. Essentially, it's along the lines of, oh man, I'm not gonna, oh, there it is. I got it. "I'm proud of you. I love you. And I believe it's you're amazing." I had it for a second there. But throughout the entire comic, you see it repeated. It says, "You are special. I love you. I'm proud of you." But in every frame, he's telling that to people as he's saving. Like Superman is telling first, Pa Kent is telling him that. He's telling him, you're special. He's telling him, "I love you." And he's telling him, "I'm proud of you," over and over throughout the panels. And as Superman is saving people, you see him rescuing this person and saying, "You're special." You see him sitting with the homeless on the curb saying, "I'm proud of you." You see him saving this child and he's saying, "I love you."
That's awesome.
And at the end, he's saying that at Paul Kent's grave.
Oh, damn.
And at the very last panel, it's this, I hope it can come up, but he's basically flying over the world and it says, I love you. Like that.
That's
for
huge.
anybody who hasn't read Superman Red and Blue, issue number 5, I highly recommend it. But man, the love that was poured into that person, he resonated it and echoed it throughout the comic universe. And that's all I'm trying to do, is take the love my mother poured into me, a ridiculous amount of love, and just echo that out to everybody watching.
Like, and it hits me because like I'm having a son as well. So like it makes me, it does.
I'm a father of 4, man. It is the greatest thing that will ever happen to you. Everything else, all the money I make, if I get all the fame in the world, it's only going to be second place. It's only ever going to be second place. My crowning achievement is the fact that my sons love me. They want to be around me. And that's the grand prize. All 4 of my sons love me. All 4 of my sons enjoy being around me and love talking to me. And when my son told me he read that issue and thought of me,
that was it.
That was it. That's everything, man. I cannot wait. Congratulations on having your son. Hopefully he's healthy, he's good, and I wish you nothing but the best in that regard. It'll be the scariest thing you've ever do, but you will unlock love. Like right now, you have a kind of an idea what love is. You love your partner. When you have a child, there is a love that you can't even put into words. You can't convey it. You can't describe it. You could try the rest of your life trying to sum it up, and it'll just fall short. And I can't wait for that for you, because it's an awesome feeling. And that's all I try to share with the world.
Oh, it makes sense. No, that is huge. Like, and that's why I'm stoked. Like every time my wife's like, we're like 20 weeks in, and then like we're like 21, and I'm like, I get it. She's like, I can feel them kick, and I'm like, holy shit! Like it just hits me more and more. Like we get more clothes, we get like a stroller, we get all this other stuff, and it just hits more and more. Because I told her I'm she gonna be working most anyways. Like she make pharmacist money, so like I was like I'm gonna be a stay at home dad right now because daycare for purpose. And I was like I want to see my kid grow up. I want to see my kid grow up. I want to do it, but I was like if I can make something off of this.
Yes.
I was like, I will take my son with me the whole time.
You 100% can. You can do this with a family. One of the coolest things was that I got to take all of my sons to a convention, and we can go, we can play board games, we can enjoy ourselves because of the opportunities content creates. We're probably going to end up going on a cruise. I'm able to give my team bonuses. Like there's so much you can create from this, an abundance that you can create and share. And fatherhood's going to motivate you like you wouldn't believe, man. It's going to
I'd also appreciate
battery in your back,
connecting with you more, because this was
definitely
one of the best guest conversations I think I've ever had.
Thank you so much for that. I just try to give, even in interviews, as much value as I can to the audience. If anybody has any questions, I'm one DM away. Everything I tell you on Alter Ego and giveaway is free. The goal is coaching in the end, but for at least the next year, I just want to have a stack of people that I helped blow up their pages, so that I can have the proof when that comes. But yeah, man, I'm always one DM away, whether it's content, whether it's fatherhood, whether it's nerd stuff. I'm here.
Appreciate it. Definitely. And for everybody else who's also here as well, you guys know where to catch me. Twitch. You catch me on YouTube, because that's how y'all watching this shit. It's easy. You can catch me on TikTok as well, where I'm too. That's probably where most of my stuff comes in, with like a lot of content, all that other good stuff. And I like to interact with the people on there as well. I do lives on Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's an iffy one right now, because like I kind of like having that one day of just not having to do it. I give myself the one day off, but also I do streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays are our community days. So that is, if you are part of the Discords, you will be able to vote on the community for the community games and for the nostalgia.
Heck
because Wednesdays are going to be nostalgia day.
Tomorrow
I will be playing Mirror's Edge. I'll be going through Mirror's Edge. Nice. Great game, by the way. Yes, last time Monday it was Grand Blue Fantasy. So we're going to be changing things up all the time on here. So you'll have to catch me tomorrow. Catch all those streams right in the morning, 8:30 Central Time, because I ain't moving time zones for you. Who the fuck you be? So, but also you can catch me on Instagram, Threads. Don't catch me on there, and Facebook. Don't find me on there either. So, but man, I appreciate you being here.
Of course, you can also find them in the comment section from now on.
Find me in the comment section. But if you start saying some wild stuff, I will make videos of your comments. So, but I appreciate everyone being here. And once again, I'm Taylor from Afro Official G, and I will catch you all in the next one.